Hello everyone, it is me, the Mighty Melv, and today we're going to start to wrap up your Buster Sword. So, last we just have to do one more detail on the sword, on the blade, and that is to put the, I guess, edge mark onto it. This is what one used for your pen. So, I like to use a Pilot pen because it gives you a really dark color, and it gives you a pretty thick line. And for this, I just find that preferable. So, get your smaller straight edge if you have one. It goes from this point to this point. So, just square it up. Try to do this. There we go. This first one. And let it just sit for a second so it doesn't smear. It smears in like it stays wet for a little bit, then it dries, and then it won't smear. So that's why I use that. Just let it sit for a second. Okay. And for the other side, about like that. There we go. Okay. There we go. And that is it for your blade of your Buster Sword. Hoorah! Okay, now what we're going to work on is this part here. The, oh, what was it called? The, guard. That wouldn't guard anything, for that matter. Okay, this is where your gray paper comes in, and eventually where your silver paper shall come in. Keep your pen in hand, or close by. Okay. First, we're going to work with the silver. Oh, sorry, the gray. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're just going to wrap it around here once or twice, okay? That's all you're going to need it for. Oh, wait, no. Excuse me. You are going to wrap it around the bottom here once as well. Excuse me. Okay, so God, just get an idea of how much this is supposed to be, and just mark it around the same point. Let's see. This one, I actually think it's better to put it on the inside. Your straight line, put it on the inside rather than the outside. Because since this is going to be what you'll see, it's better to just have as little marks like that as possible. Okay, get it off. Okay, now let's see if this fits or not. Looks like it's okay. Yeah, this should do fine. Alright, so we're going to do almost just like what we did to make this part the first time. So, take a photo thing or some glue, whichever you pick. This is just a little faster. It works just as well. Okay. Put this right here and wrap it around. Try to make sure you keep it straight and also tight. Okay? And it's falling a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay. And this one, I think if you want to use, if you want to close it with one of these, go ahead. It should work. If not, just glue it. Okay. That's right. Okay. Go. Take this one here, and we shall put it right on. Right on there. Okay. There we go. Hoorah. Okay. So, there's the gray part of it. And since this is the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII, not from Crisis Core, there's not going to be those two gold things right here, and there's also not going to be the etchings in the blade. Okay, just keep that in mind. That's why we're going to use the silver paper. Here it is. I can pick it up. Right here. If you're using a metallic paper, you have to kind of be careful when you're using it, because it likes to roll, it likes to curl. Also, if you put any imprint on it, like any fold or like a line or anything, it will stay there. You can't get rid of it. It's like a crease. So just keep that in mind when you're working with this. Now it's going to have two rings of this going on the top and the bottom. So they're quite thin. So this is kind of a hard cutting situation. I'd say this one, when you made the black part for the blade, you just creased it down. You do pretty much the same thing. Just try to do it really lightly, and it'll leave the imprint. Take your pencil, just mark it, and just by doing that, you can see, yeah, you got this huge thing protruding. So just keep that in mind when you're working with this kind of paper. This is paper. Okay. Right there. I'm just using this plastic, the ruler, because the straight edge, it would take too much time, and it would scratch this whole thing up. It would make this look not very good. Okay. This you're gonna have to glue. Go away, Nat. You're gonna have to glue this on. So we get the glue. Okay. There's that. So when you're doing this part, you really don't need a lot of glue. You just need to put a little bit on, and just need to spread it as far as you can. Okay. Right there. Just keep going. Okay. That should do it. And just lay it on there. Out there. It over and again, and with any luck they should meet at the same place. With luck, they did. Okay, there we go. That's the first ring. Okay, now we're going to do the exact same thing, just on the bottom. So it was about that big, I'm guessing. This part, don't worry about it being exactly perfect. There's no way to really get it to be precise, you know, when you're working with paper. So just kind of make something generally about this big. Small strip. That's the end of the silver for us. The drilling we're going to do last, okay? Even though that's part of the blade, we'll do that last. So don't screw up. Alright. Move this forward. Go up here. And just bring that over. Okay. And gently lay that down. God. There we go. Okay. There. Off. Okay. Bring it around. Round. And there we go. Okay. So, we have our silver lines, I guess. Don't really know what they were. I think it was supposed to be the folds in the middle. But since I can't do that, this will have to do. And we're going to put the faux bolts in. So there are 5 of them. There's one in the center here. Just draw a small circle. One there. And they'll just evenly go out. Okay, just evenly go out. Okay, do that to both sides. So your first one's in the center. This is the easiest way to do it. Draw one in the center, and then just draw from spreading out. That way, you'll be able to keep them even. Okay, it's a little big, but it's okay. Okay, well, that's making the guard, and it should just let it dry that way. And then in our next video, the last one, we'll do the handle and we'll put the holes in. Alright, see you in the last part.